Why?
The judge appearing to grow frustrated with Jones's attitude during the hearing.
I remember currently.
Stop. Remember day one where I said it's an unfair world and you don't get to interrupt the judge?
That's a woman judge. That's why women should not be allowed to serve in court. That's obviously because I'm a patriot and I said the truth that I said. A woman judge is going to try to take me down, just like divorce court took me down one time, ladies and gentlemen. AlexJones.com, Infowars.com. Women judges should be made illegal.
Remember that? Yeah.
Jones attempted to speak with the parents after taking the stand, shaking hands with them. An attorney for the family quickly ended the interaction, exchanging words with Jones on the way out of the courtroom.
Oh, I wasn't kidding. Oh, I know this, by the way. For the record, I do know this. Alex Jones said the judge and the plaintiff's lawyers in the Sandy Hook trial all act demonically possessed and are committed to an occult ideology of the New World Order.
Thank you for joining us on this live Tuesday worldwide transmission. I have a stack of Washington Post, New York Times articles, and other headlines where they say, can we shut Alex Jones down? And where they admit the goal of the 4 Sandy Hook trials they have lined up that have now started to shut us down. Then they brag on CNN and MSNBC with top Democrat officials that the goal is to set this pattern with Alex Jones and then go after everybody else.
I'm sorry that it's 1P, boys. Okay, just shut the fuck up and listen. Okay, just listen. Just listen. Just listen. Just how about you listen?
They say Fox News is next. I have articles where they talk about we're taking down OAN. Soon we'll get Fox News. They're going to come for everybody. These are authoritarians. That's why they had to default me in all 4 cases, saying I turned over nothing. While they sit there and show the juries, they're deciding how guilty I am, not if I'm guilty or innocent. Showing the juries all these emails and all these videos that we turned over to them while the judge tells them every day, twice.
You know what's really funny about this? He's just describing how, like, fact-finding works. Okay? He's literally just describing how, like, the normal court procedure would work in a defamation suit like this. And he's the one who is, you know, this is the evidence that you have to present to a jury and the judge on a fucking trial. Like, he's literally just describing discovery. But because you're supposed to go, oh, yeah, well, that's Alex. Like, he's a good guy. I love him. He's right. You just don't even think about it like that. You just go, oh, man, you know, that's right. That's really fucked up that they're, you know, hurting my man like
today.
This.
Remember, this man's guilty. You're here to decide how guilty he is. He didn't give us anything. He's a bad person. Even in third world.
Dude, every chatter in here is such a fucking spoiler alert, Andy. Can I just go through the fucking story at the pace I want to? Yes, if you're sending a fucking link with Alex Jones's lawyers involved in text messages, you think I don't fucking know this already? You're not the first to bring it up. Let me just walk through it. This is called pacing, okay? I'm pacing through the story. Can you stop trying to be the first guy to, like, fucking cuck the content here? Yes, we're going to get to the thing that you're all collectively sending.
World dictatorships, when they have kangaroo courts, they don't have the judge tell the jury this person is guilty. But she says up there, it's a special case. And they're all caricatures of what you would imagine in some alternate universe of dwarf goblins. It's demonic. They all act demonically possessed. The judge, the lawyers, it's surreal to be around them. And it makes you feel sorry for them because these people are committed to a cult ideology of the New World Order. And they're never going to stop. They're getting rid of all the checks and balances, all of our basic freedoms. They've gutted the border. They're promoting pedophilia everywhere. They are just...
Bro, If I was under a fucking defamation suit, I probably wouldn't call the judge a pedophile. You know what I mean? Like, when you're currently on trial for defamation and you're getting your ass blasted, okay? Why the fuck would you turn around and be like, the judges are doing pedophilia, they're pedophile, demonic monsters? Like, he just can't stop himself, I think. Do you still think he's CIA? Yes. He went in double down. That's why you aren't as great a showman. I am not as great a showman as Alex Jones. That's true. I have said time and time again that Alex Jones would be an incredible performance artist, and he was an incredible performance artist. The problem is that we as a society are not equipped to just take in what Alex Jones is doing as performance art and just like appreciate his mental illness. We are also collectively so mentally ill that we listen to him and we go, well, this guy is not just entertaining, he's also right. And I must act. I must act out his desires. Do you understand? You guys know that I am a gigantic a fan of Alex Jones, like straight up. I have talked time and time again. The best evidence that Alex Jones is a true conspiracy guy is that he could have easily hired a top-tier firm to capably represent him, but he doesn't trust the establishment, so instead he hired a parade of bumbling morons who immediately tanked both their case and their careers. Which, by the way, this is what I need to explain to you. Alex Jones is a brilliant, brilliant entertainer, okay? Anyone who has done anything in the entertainment industry will recognize that if you are able to separate the artist from the art. And I'm not the only one who felt this way. I mean, that's why he made appearances in A Scanner Darkly and plenty of other movies originally. You know what I mean? Like, it's just true. But the issue is, of course, that, you know, he takes it way too fucking far. Way too fucking far. And he's also a gigantic piece of shit with respect to like how much he makes money. Okay? With how he makes money. All of his bits, I guess, or all of his conspiracy theories genuinely revolve around making money for himself. We'll talk about how the frogs are being turned gay by government water. And then immediately after that, he'll use that as an opportunity to say, here's how you can, you know, not get fucking owned by government water and turn into a homosexual by getting some of my straws, like the water cleansing straws, right? So that's how he makes his money. And for the record, he makes a lot of it, okay? I just need you to understand something here. Like when I found out through discovery, through following this court case, how much money this motherfucker was making, it blew my goddamn mind, okay? Real top G behavior. Folks, Alex Jones made upwards of $800,000 a fucking day, according to court documents. The texts and emails are finally revealing financials behind InfoWars. Some days in 2018, InfoWars was making $800,000 a day. Well, after your deplatforming, your numbers keep getting better, says the Sandy Hook parents' lawyer. If they keep that up, that's $300 million a year. Alex Jones says $800,000 a day was a really good week during CPAC where they were doing better business. Just want to add that Alex Jones's latent cough came back in full force when his own text, which he didn't know Sandy Hook's parents had access to, appeared on a screen full of courtroom and he was asked to read one.
No, he stayed back. Stay back.
And the only reason why we know this information is because Alex Jones decided to do the Elon Musk thing, shouts out to Felix Biederman for this joke, and hired fucking Twitter lawyers, I guess, because his team is so incompetent. Remember, we're talking about $800,000 a day this motherfucker was making, okay, in 2018. $800,000 in one fucking day. That's like XQC doesn't make that kind of money. You understand? A couple things I must say about this is, one, time and time again, I have told you, it is infinitely easier to become a reactionary right-wing grifter than it is to be a fucking left-wing broadcaster, even if you are not a grifter. Okay? The idea that anyone who's dumb enough to fucking try to become a grifter on the left is hilarious. As you have seen, as I talked about yesterday, left-wing grifters get fucking owned by the FBI. Right-wing grifters become Alex Jones and interview the fucking president, who then becomes the fucking president. How do you feel about Alex Jones making over $800K per day after getting deplatformed after a week of annoying people telling you to stop platforming Andrew Tate? I don't even want to fucking talk about that comparison. We have lied, stolen, looked badly, and used God's name in vain, so repent and trust in Christ, for he saved you hell on the cross for you. Someone sounds jealous? Brother, I am incredibly financially secure as a consequence of my wonderful community and how sizable this community has been and the dedicated fucking support I get, not only emotionally, okay, but also financially. That is the reason why I can say whatever the fuck I want without being in fear, without ever caving to editorial control, okay? I don't sell you shit. You have the capacity to subscribe if you want to, but you don't have to, as you all know. Okay? Alex Jones, on the other hand, is routinely lying and also on top of that fucking selling shit. Do you think deplatforming Jones still limited his audience even if he made more money off of it? Yes, I do. I do think that. I do think that deplatforming Alex Jones was good, ultimately. What you also don't understand is that Alex Jones still had a gigantic fucking platform in AM radio. He was all over. And he still had a vast amount of support, like a vast amount of support from right-wing reactionaries who would go on a show. The president was on a show, man. Now, part of the reason why we know that is because, and here, finally, it's time to show you this big reveal. His fucking law team are comprised of absolute idiots, okay?
So you did get my text messages. And it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Oh.
Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
Did you know this happened?
no, I didn't know this happened. But I mean, I told you I gave them the phone over. And just,
Just
And
answer
you
the
said,
question.
you said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
and I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not what I
My lawyer sent it to you. but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones,
please just answer questions. There's no question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's that. Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, that's right. Child porn was found in documents Alex Jones sent to lawyers of Sandy Hook families, according to the court filing. Oh, man. Oh, my, oh, my. How the fucking turntables? Send Hot Chips and Gnome Chomsky and Elements of Style. Thank you for the gifted subs. Dynamic Jab and a small taco. Thank you for the gifted subs as well. Now, this is the older fucking article. The treasure trove, the absolute treasure trove of data that we are going to get. This is from 2019. The absolute treasure trove of data that hasn't been completed. Now that his lawyers didn't even try to fucking say that this discovery should be taken out, that they accidentally sent the entirety of text messages and everything else that they fucking sent over to the Sandy Hook lawyers and the Sandy Hook families. Oh my Lord, dude.
Mr. Bankston also only asked questions.
Sure. Mr. Jones, in discovery, you were asked, do you have Sandy Hook text messages on your phone? And you said no, correct? You said that under oath, Mr. Jones, didn't you?
I mean, if I was mistaken, I was mistaken, but you got the message.
He's like, yeah, I perjured myself, whatever.
It's right there.
You know what perjury is, right? I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you, I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before or whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
No, Mr. Jones. One more time. And please remember, if you need to assert the Fifth Amendment, you can. I need to know that you can do that. But you testified.
Keep going, and I don't think Joe Rogan will invite you on. I mean, what do you want me to do? I don't know if they fucking did this shit on purpose, but goddamn, dude, it sure feels like it was done on purpose considering how fucking awful they are. I mean, look at his face, bro. This is literally the moment that he realizes, like, they have all of his text messages, like everything from his fucking phone. Every single thing from his phone. Right here. Please, Lord, please pull off the hat trick and find messages to trans women wanting to hook up on Alex Jones' phone. Bro, we already know he's a fucking chaser. What do you mean? We already know he's a chaser. We know he's a chaser, dude. Remember his fucking... Dude, so was that other Nazi fuck. They're all chasers. Everyone that fucking talks about trans people in the way that they do, like, about how devastating and dangerous trans people are, unironically, half of those dudes just are upset that they want to fuck trans women.